Well, greetings everybody. Here is another video based on a question somebody sent me. Um, it at least at this time, as I'm making this video, this is in response to question 9 on my math lab assignment number 3. Okay, and in the question we're given these graphs and we're asked to match up which graph corresponds to in a binomial experiment, p being 0.4, okay, and which one is related to p being 0.5 and which one is being to p being 0.7, okay. Now, but before I just tell you how to do that, it's really, once I show you, it's not that hard to do this. I do want you to know what you're looking at here. And I mentioned that these are graphs of the probability distribution for a binomial experiment. It says they all have the same number of trials in. Well, so I'm going to reference another video that I made, and it's this one. This one dealt with a binomial experiment where we flip a fair coin 4 times, and we're going to count the total number of heads out of 4 flips. Now, okay, so if you flip a coin 4 times, then you either get heads or tails on either flip, and we're going to count how many heads we get on all 4 flips. Okay, so possibilities are that you get no heads out of 4 flips, 1 head out of 4 flips, 2, 3, or 4 heads out of 4 flips. So we'll calculate the probability that you get 0 or 1 or 2 or so on, and you can do that with a calculator. You can use StatCrunch for it, but the graph is just a representation of this. So if I say that if you flip a coin 4 times, the odds of getting no heads out of those 4 flips is 0.0625. So it's like a 6% chance. If you flip a coin 4 times, the odds of you getting 1 head out of all those 4 flips is 0.25. That's a 25% chance. All right, that's what all these numbers mean. All this graph is a representation of that. So for x to be 0, this bar would have to go up to 0.06. For x to be 1, meaning 1 head out of 4 flips, this bar would have to go up to 0.25. So that's what you're looking at, all right? I wanted to tell you, how do I get out of this? Let's see. All right, there we go. I wanted to make sure that you were aware of what you were seeing when I show you this, okay? That's what all these graphs mean, exactly the same thing. The probability that x is 0, the probability that x is 1, and so on. Now, if we want to figure out which graph is which, here's what we can do. Open StatCrunch, okay. Oh, whoops. Let's go over here. Okay, here's basically the same question. And we'll open StatCrunch. And we'll go to Stat Calculators, Binomial, okay. Now, I want to figure out, and I have to move my windows around, so bear with me, what it would look like if p is 0.4 in a binomial experiment. I can put that in here and it will tell me, and so on. Real quick, I'll tell you that for a binomial experiment, n is the number of trials. There's only success or failure possible in any one trial. P is the probability of success, however you define success. And Q is 1 minus P is the probability of failure. All right, so I think now that's all the information I wanted to cover to show you how to do this one. One more thing, when I open StatCrunch and I get my binomial calculator, I have to put in the number of trials. How many trials? It doesn't tell me. It says the same number of trials n was used on each one of these. Well, it's got to be 4, right? Because these numbers where the bars are represent the number of successes out of n trials, the biggest number being 4 successes out of 4 trials, right? Okay, so I can tell because the bar graphs all go up to 4 where the last bar is, that's the number of trials. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put 4 for that. Next thing, P, the probability of success. Well, okay, so one of them is 0.4, so I'll put in 0.4. Okay, and last you can put an equal sign and put whatever number you want. Like I'll put 1. It doesn't really matter because it's going to draw the bar graph for me. Okay, So notice how the 1 is highlighted in red. So it's like trying to tell me, here's all the options. This is the probability of 0. This is the probability of 1, 2, 3, and 4. But if you want 1, it's this bar in red here. And it's about a little less than 0.35. Okay. So now I can look over here and I can see, well, which one of these looks like this? In the middle, these two are level and they're both about 0.35. Okay, that matches this one. It doesn't match that one or that one though. And then sure enough, here that's like between 0.1 0.15. Okay, so that looks about right. And I can compare and I can match up which one of these is it is. So the one with p being 0.4 has got to be option A right there. Okay, all right, so that's why I chose C when I answered this. Let's put in the other one. Let's put in 0.5. Okay, so which one has p being 0.5? Let's do the same thing. Number of trials is still 4. I just need to change this to 0.5. And then I could let px equals 1. I mean, it doesn't really matter. If you change this, if you let it be 2, it will highlight 2. See how that one's red? If you let it be 3, it'll highlight 3. But it's gonna draw the same graph every time. It's just a matter of which one of these is going to show you. Okay. So now it looks like I'm seeing something that looks like this one. Notice how 0 and 4 are level. They're even. Okay, 0, 4. And in the middle, we get these two level, and then the one in the dead center is the tallest. Okay. And then I can also verify that the numbers match up, where this middle one goes up to about 0.4 maybe. And that's what I'm seeing over here too. Okay, so the binomial calculator in StatCrunch will produce the entire distribution. Okay, the distribution being all possible probability values. Okay, so I can do it that way. Then it's just a matter of getting it to match up. All right, so that's how we'll approach a question like that. Just I'll have you remember that even though it wasn't described here, it doesn't say what the binomial experiment is, then it's something like this one where I said that we're flipping a coin and we're going to count how many heads we get out of 4 flips, and the possibility is you get none all the way up to 4, right? I'm looking at it the same way, even though it's not, there's no description about what happened. I can still think about it and understand it the same way. Anyway, so I hope that one helps you understand how to do this. Make StatCrunch your friend for this sort of thing. And let me know if you have any other questions.